hopefully you are able to see my entire screen. And uh, welcome to the new designing word, new modeling word, and that's called SketchUp. SketchUp is initially just for navigation, like Google Earth. The people are just using for navigate the home. It's just kind of box, circle, sphere. But time by time, technology is going up, going up. And now in these days, this application is one of the most popular application for interior designer and architect. In fact, for civil design. So, what is work of SketchUp? The first we think about that SketchUp. When we think about SketchUp, it's just kind of a sketch and up. It's 3D, right? Sketch up. The name is clear. SketchUp means the sketch is to become a 3D. That's called SketchUp. So in SketchUp, we have a very particular thing like how you can work, how you can use SketchUp, and what is process of SketchUp. That's the important thing. And if you know the process of SketchUp, it means you can easily work with that. Got it? When you start the SketchUp, this first screen is front of you. And what the screen is called? The screen called Welcome to SketchUp. It means the first phase of SketchUp. And over there, see, you can find over there the create new model and some recent file. Which file we recently working, you can find over here. And if you want to fresh work, recent new file, so you just click over here. Apart from that, there is some learning process and there is regarding the license. So what is the important thing? The file is main important. Second important thing, SketchUp is working as a template. SketchUp is working as a template, not as a unit. Because see, there is two important thing. You definitely know the AutoCAD, right? So AutoCAD is always working with kind of unit. Like in single file, you can change the unit, like matrix and imperial both of. But in SketchUp, you have a just one thing is template. This called template based software. So okay, when we're talking about this much, so when we go through that, so we understand like what is process and what type of thing over here. So I'm starting. So I'm start the SketchUp and just click simple inches means the simple file and inches is scale. If we're talking about millimeters, architecture millimeters, simple meter. So yes, I love Imperial for design and all. So I'm using click. When I click over here, this file, this software will be pop up. And now first, just be relaxed in your mind and just think about the software. Like what call this software? What is use of this software and how we can work with that? Because at least for last in coming these days, we need to collaborate with the software. Not on these days, because if you are learning from our side, so it's better to how we can work, what is used, and how we can make money by using this software. Because see, everybody's learned just for not for entertainment, because people are learned just for money, because they want to make a good output, good design, good product design, some kind of that. So that's the reason the software is working over here. Hmm? Yes. Right. Now, when I start the SketchUp, in your SketchUp, you not this much of tool over here. So I just do the default SketchUp. So first, what I have to do, just go to toolbar and I just reset this entire thing. So I switch off this entire thing. I don't want to right now. This is all the things I need off. Yeah. When you start the SketchUp, when you start the SketchUp in fresh, you can the first screen of SketchUp is in front of you like that only. So over there, the name of file and name of software, this entire is menu bar, and that's called toolbar. Okay, this is working area, and this is information bar, and this one is measurement. So be clear in your mind from beginning to ending. So from beginning to ending, over there, it's menu bar, there's a toolbar, information, measurement. Okay, and this for just our reference. If you want to delete, you just select and delete. And this is axis, and this point called origin point. The origin means x0, y0, z0. This is point for origin point. Okay, now what is the process and how we can process this important thing? So the important thing is processing. So SketchUp is a 2D and 3D combination software. It means the 3D geometrical software. And when we're talking about any 3D geometrical software, be clear, think your mind. Okay, so it means there is number of views over there, number of working file over there. So okay, initially we don't think about that. Just think about how we can start the work. What is tool? How many tool over here? How we can use file and menu bar, and how we can use this measurement tool. So next step. The next step is again very interesting. The next step is we think about, okay, this much is tool is only, no, there is some more tools. See, if I'm going over here, you will find the fourth number, you will find over here, and okay, if you click here, you will find over here. So no, I want to large tool set. I don't want to the smaller tool set over here. So how we can set the tool? So this is terms of view. So I'm going to view and toolbar. Okay, when I'm going to toolbar, over there is entire tool, but what I required, large tool set. So when I'm going to down, click and off this one. So see, entire tool is coming out. This 2 is coming over here. This 4 is coming over here. This shape is coming over here. Okay, and this entire is move, follow me and all. You can look over there. There's some more advanced tool is coming. And you will find this entire tool in this menu bar. See, if suppose we're talking about this line. So we have a draw and line. In line we have a 2 option. This 2 option. In arc we have a 4 option in arc. You will find the 4 option in arc. And in shape you have 4 option in shape. You will find 4 options here. Okay, so everything is over here. And if you're talking about tools, so move, rotate, scale, it means move, rotate, scale, push, pull, follow me, and offset. So push, pull, follow me, and offset you will find over here. So it's easy to understand. Okay, so this is basic tool which you can easily work with SketchUp. And when, so I don't want to this one because it's confusing. So what I have to do, we have a 2 option. You just right click over here and off grid standard. Either you have option go to view, toolbar, and you can activate and deactivate from here. Is it clear? Any doubt? Okay, great. Great. So now next, the next part is again very interesting and very useful. Like this is toolbar, and it's again very interesting and very useful thing. Suppose this entire is toolbar, and now this character, and this character is for working area. So this entire is working area. Okay, now what is extension of SketchUp file? See, if we're talking about AutoCAD, so AutoCAD extension is .dwg, right? So same thing, what is extension of SketchUp file? So .skp. .skp is extension of SketchUp. Okay, so where we found, if I click file and open, you can see skp. So skp is extension of SketchUp. Clear? Now next part. So next part, okay, if we're talking about the some formatting, how you can set the unit and all. So first thing is very useful and very important. If you want to work with unit and all, so you have a good options. Go to Windows, and the main important thing for the heart of software is preferences. There's a controller of software. It's mind. Like you want to which template. So I'm working currently this one. If I want to change, you can easily change over here. Apart from that, working space, the toolbar is large. If you want to small, it becomes small. You want to large, it become a large. Okay. Apart from that, again we have some more important thing, like this is the accessibility, and this one is application for editing. So I'm using Adobe Photoshop. Compatibility, don't be worried, and drawing. The file, this is all the files, like components is over there, material is coming here, style is coming here, so all the location is set. And if we're going to general, so there is create backup and auto save. Yes, every 5 minutes the file automatically create a backup. And this is OpenGL mode for designing and all. Okay, and this is shortcut. It's very important. So what is use of shortcut and how we can work over there? So look, first, if we're talking about any shortcut, if they're related to anything, so we need to know about the shortcut and how we can work. So if I'm click OK, and first I'll check the shortcut, which shortcut is already defined. So if I'm going to draw, and over here, if I'm going to line, so look, the line L is for line. For freehand, it's not assigned any shortcut. If I'm going to arc, you have a different think of arc, but only the 2-point arc is already defined A. If I'm going to shape, for rectangle is R and for circle is C. So this two shortcut is already defined. And if you want to customize shortcut, for an example, yes, I want to shortcut for a freehand. Okay, so what the shortcut? So what I have to do, go to Windows, Preferences, and go to shortcut, and type over here is freehand. Okay, so freehand, there is no shortcut. I want to assign. If I press F, sorry, the shift F for freehand and click OK. Now the shift F is currently used for camera standard, so I don't want to, I just change what I'm using control F, then OK. Now it's assigned, and see, right now I am in selection tool, and if I'm type to control F, I'm coming freehand. So this is way of assign the shortcut. Later on we definitely learn about the shortcut thing, but at least initially you need to know how we can use and how we can work over there. Is it clear? Any doubt? Yeah. Yes. It's required because suppose you are editing some texture, right? So if you do the right click and texture, so it automatically my Adobe Photoshop it will be open and I can easily change over there. Okay, whatever I texture used in over in SketchUp, and if I want to add it, so just right click and we have option is edit texture, so automatically it's going to next part. Got it? Any doubt? That. Now next part. Next part is again very important, very useful. How it's useful? Suppose the navigation of how to control and how we can use. So first, this is entire screen, and first each and any software, if you are working with any kind of software, you need to know the control, how to control the software. So what is process of control? So this is a navigation section, and look, this entire toolbar is divide each and every part. See, you will get this drawing thing over here. This is for modification, all the tools over here. There's annotation. This is navigation, how we can navigate. So first option, click middle mouse and drag. Navigate, rotate, click middle mouse and rotate. That's called orbit. You want to panning, so let's see, this tool is automatically activated. When I click, see, this orbit tool is automatically active. Am I right? If I'm using orbit with shift, so look, my tool is pan tool is activated. And where I found, look at over here, information about tool. See what they said, if you shift, you can easily pan. First controller. Scrolling, zoom in, zoom out. Okay. If I forget the press shift, so we have a button over here. Click and you can easily pan left, right, up, down. Or if you want to click orbit, it become orbit. Now next part, if I'm talking about zoom in, zoom out, so we have a button is Z. Z I'm using shortcut, but I forget the Z. So we have a button, you can click here and you can usually use zoom. So Z is stand for zoom in, zoom out. So is it right or wrong? So I just cross verified. Go to Windows, Preferences, and shortcut, and I'm typing zoom. So look, what is shortcut of zoom? What is shortcut of zoom? Z. Or we have another option, like, okay, if I'm going to camera, and over here is option is zoom. Okay, so we have four different process. Press Z, or you can click here, or you can go to camera and use zoom. Okay, if suppose you are in any tools, like suppose you are in orbit and you want to exit from orbit, so you have a two options. The first option, you can use escape, or the best way, you can use space bar, because over there space bar is stand for selection. See, what is shortcut of select? Space bar. So if you are in any tool, suppose I am in zoom tool, press space, I am exit from zoom and I am going to in selection bar. Hope till now I have not a single doubt. Now next step is zoom in, zoom out, already done. Now Windows, zoom window. So over there is zoom window. Control Shift W, zoom window. Control Shift W, zoom window. Or zoom extend, Control Shift E. So over there is two button, zoom extend, the zoom window, and zoom extend. Like everything will coming in single frame. If suppose there is number of object, so look, if I create like that, and like that, And if I want to this all the object in single frame, so just use zoom extend. So everything is in single frame. So it's easy to select and easy to navigate. Now next part, select the entire thing. Now this is previous. If I click previous, so I'm coming to undo previous position, camera position. See how it can define. Suppose I am over here. This is my one camera position and this is my second camera position. And if I'm going to back, I'm over here. And in fact, if I turn right and turn left, so I am forgot which camera position I am earlier. So just click here. This is camera position. Clear? So this is entire navigation bar, and again I'll explain the navigation bar. If I want to orbit, you can use orbit. For panning, you can click here and there. Zoom object, you can easily zoom. Zoom window. So whatever you want to zoom, you just select and do like that. And this is zoom extend, and this is previous. Apart from that, there is one another tool. This is zoom selection, and it can be, you will found if I click, right click, and over there zoom selection. Whatever I select and I want to zoom in a screen, right click, zoom selection. So this is very important, like whatever is in the object and you want to just zoom extend particular, so you can easily do like that. Now this is toolbar in this menu bar, but there is right hand side one more option is coming, that's called tray. So how I can activate the tray? Go to Windows, default tray, and show tray. This is the more advanced part over here. So if I want to off the shadow layer, so we have a good option. Go to Windows, default, and whatever you want to disable, just click. See, the layer is hidden. Go to Windows, default tray. Now I want to layer. You will found over here. Okay. Now if number of object over here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to outline, and you can found like there is just single object is found over here. The reason this is related to component is the outline. If I delete this entire thing, don't worry. If I delete this one, it's gone. And if I copy, it's two object. Okay, so component and group is showing over here. I'll explain the thing, what is component, what is group. So this is just understand outline. Whatever is in object, you will found over here. Okay. Now I delete this one, and we have an option is selection. Click, drag, and delete. Okay, now the entire screen is blank. Now if you are working with any 3D geometry software, so you need to know about things like how I can define the view, because in 3ds Max we have a number of views. Okay, and Rhino we have a view system. In Maya we have a view system, but over here it's just single screen. So I want to segregate single screen and orthography. So what I have to do? So we have a good option. Just go to view, or before just go to camera, standard, and you can define the view. If I want to front, just click here. It's become a front. If I want to top, just click here. You are in top. But there is long way. So it's any shortcut way, any faster way? Yes, we have a faster way. Go to view, toolbar. Whatever you want to show over here, just check and it display in screen. So I'm going down and I'm open the view. Look. The view is coming. And when view is coming, it means it's easy to understand. Like suppose I want to go to again ISO, I'm in isometric. I'm going to top, front, right, back, and left. So this 5 are orthography. So there is one object is missing. Which one is missing? Its bottom is not over there. So if you want to particular bottom, so you need to go camera and bottom. Okay, that is the isometric view. But when I click front, see the sky is a perspective because there is dark blue and there is white. So it means this is not exactly orthography front, this is a perspective. So what I have to do, I need a parallel projection. So where I'm going to camera and just use parallel projection. Now it's become a parallel, it's 100% front view. And if you want to 3D, 3-dimension rotational, so you need to click perspective and now it become a perspective. So look, what is different of perspective and all? Suppose I'm in front view and if I'm by mistake scroll, so see it's become a perspective. But the same thing if I'm doing with parallel projection, it means whatever you zoom and whatever is zoom out, you are never ever coming in perspective, it's just parallel. Hope is it clear? Yeah. Now next part is, so look, camera and perspective. Now just define the shortcut because I already defined some shortcut for parallel projection and perspective. So go to Windows and we have a preferences, and for perspective I already defined Shift P. If I remove, now look, go to camera, it's hidden, it's unassigned. But and if you want to again check preferences, parallel projection, Control Shift P. So for perspective I want to Shift P, click assign. Okay, it means now it's assigned. Now sometime what happened, you're working at your home PC and now you want to go in office and you need the same shortcut, same settings, all the preference setting you require the same. So you have a good option, go to Windows, preferences, and just do the export, and you just export your preferences setting and go to your office or in another PC and just click import and import preferences. So whatever your shortcut is assigned by you, it's automatically coming to another system. Yeah, sure. See, sometime what happened, like you are working with us, say your home PC, and you already defined some shortcut. Okay, so like for orbit is already defined. I defined the for perspective Shift P, and for parallel Control Shift P, right? And I'm going to at my office, and I want to same setting in my office system also. So you just do one thing: go to Windows, preferences, and just export preferences file from your home PC. And when you go into your office PC, just click import preferences file. So everything is same, like all the setting will automatically save. Okay, so that's called a preferences. Clear? Yeah. Now next part. So till now what we learned about, like how we can navigate, how we can control, what is perspective and what is parallel. Till that much is about the screen, about the control the screen, how we can start the work. Now if we're talking about unit, so unit we already selected before the starting. After the start we can't change the unit. So be remember, if you want to working in mm, so just select mm. If you want working with feet inches, you can select with feet inches. So now I'm working with feet inches, and this is pen tool. So press L. When I type L, you will get the line tool. The L stand for line command. And when I type L, the line tool will be activated. Now what? See what they ask. Select start point. So I just rotate and I click this horizon. Then my line is started now. Now I want to next point. So select the end point or enter value. So I want to select the end point. So just move here and end point. Now upper side, it just remember it's blue is means upper side. If you're going like that, so it's going to wrong direction. It's not a close object. You want to see, just look. But the same thing, if this line is going to parallel to blue, it means going to straight. Parallel to green is going to straight. Parallel to blue, it means this surface is created. So if you want to make a surface, so just be clear in your mind. So object will be always in 2D. Okay, if your line is going to Z axis or any another axis, so surface is not created easily. So in that condition, what I have to do, see, if I'm going to here, if I'm going to here, see, look. Now I want to make a surface. So again, we have an option, just make a 2D platform. See, now everything is 2D. Click and click. Now everything is 2D. See, now it's created surface. So just remember, whatever you create, you need to know about, like, your going line is going to exit right axis or wrong axis. The same thing if I press L again, and there is any option like I can lock the axis. Yes, we have an option. Like if I click here and I'm going to this axis, so don't be worried, just press left key button, left arrow button. When you type left arrow, this is automatically constant on green axis. Even your mouse is any direction, but this is just constant. And you want to particular length. So see, look in length. I'm using 5 feet. So it's just 5 feet. Now I want to upper side. So press up and just type 10 feet. Scroll. Now again, green axis. Press right. 5 feet and press here. It become a close. So we have this important thing like how we can create by using constant. Apart from that, if I'm forget the move, so we have a good option again. Press L, and when you define the direction, press shift. Shift is also constant, and you want to put value, it's 30 feet. It's 30 feet line. Move up, and if you want to mm, so I'm type 1 meter. See, this is now 1 meter. It means the while working mm and meter together, but the display is just only inches. Okay, if I'm going over here and I'm using 5 meter, see, up 20 feet, this direction, I just close over here. And when you're doing close, the surface is automatically created. And it means when the surface is created, it means there is surface is three parameter. The first is surface, second edge, and third vertex. So each object have a three basic parameter. The first surface, which is closed by edge, and second is edge, which is create between two vertex, and third is vertex, which is starting point of line. So whatever you want to do, add it, you can select and do. If I delete this one, any edge, so your surface will be deleted. Okay, but if you delete the surface, the entire edges will be over here. So this is very important part. Like, what if you want to remove surface only and you retain this edges, so you can do like that. And if you want to particular open the area, suppose I select this one and I want to open, so it become open. Now there is no surface, and if I'm doing the close by a click and click, now it's become a close. Hope is it clear? Okay, now if you want to separate the surface, so what is process of separate surface? I select the surface. Okay, when you select surface and you have a line tool, now you want to divide. So look, if I do like that, it's divided in two parts, part 1 and part 2. It becomes separate. Again divide. See, it's divided. Or we have a good option, go to freehand tool, click 1 2 3. See, click 1 2 3, and now we have a different 1 2 3 divided. And you want to delete any particular thing, select and delete, it become open. But yes, this is just single surface, and just remember, you will never ever use single surface object. Just make it thickness at least if you have a 1 mm, 0.mm, so it's for good for rendering and all. But if this is the single surface, it's problematic for us. Okay, pardon? Flooring. uh, I'm not getting. Flow. Oh, yeah, I mean, must be required here. The reason being that if you are export this option, this object in any another tool, like for Twinmotion, for Lumion and all, so there is, you are facing a big problem. Okay, so always we do a thickness, because in each and every software, just learn this blank surface and the sun is coming inside and you are facing a very difficult problem. So just if you starting the work, just remember, whatever you create, just make it a small thickness, because each and every object have a thickness. Everybody know about that, right? In fact, this paper have a own thickness. So without thickness, object is nothing. Okay, so this thing is just be remember, like, at least need a smallest thickness, and in fact need mm or 0.1 mm, it's not a big deal about that, but just make a thickness. Okay, now next part, the freehand tool, you can click, drag, and if I close, the surface is created. Okay, now click 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now I create surface. Look at the surface. There is two things. This is negative and this is positive. So always we remember, second important thing, if the negative is coming, so right click and use reverse face. Yes, we have advanced part for doing a work, but just use this right click and reverse face. And when you're doing like that, it's beneficial for us. So next part, how we can move this object. I want to move. So shortcut. So first, this is a tool for move. So just try to select. If I select only this and try to move, so only inner part will be moved. or if I by mistake I select and use delete, only this surface will be deleted. So what I have to do? We have a good option. If you want to select entire thing, two times select and delete. So first is just for face and double is for connected edge. In fact, same. If you select this and this, and if you select this one, it means edge is select. If you type two times edge and face, and over there 1 2 3 edge, face and connected edges. So over here this thing is double click and three time click, 1 2 3. If this object have any height, so for select this one you need to click three times, 1 2 3 1 2 3, or you want only this object 1 2. Okay, so this is way of selection, 1 2 and 1 2 3. The next part I want to move, so 1 2 3, and we have option is move, or if I press M, I'm in move tool. Now look, if you want to move from this point, so just select and drag. Just select and drag. The same thing if I want to rotation, so we have a rotation, and now just look the rotation thing. Click, set the angle, and now rotate. The same thing, click this angle, just rotate. Set this angle, just rotate. It's a good question. So constant, okay, you can set the surface like which direction you want to move. Rotate. If you this direction, you can set, rotate. This direction, you can set and rotate. This is a way of rotation. Clear?